YouTube. Part 3, I guess. Let me go over some stuff that I had forgotten. Again, this is that 0 inch, moved 1.5 inches forward. If you can see, let's see if I can move it. You see where my pin is versus where the center of the 0 inch is. So that shows you that I moved forward some. ORD heavy duty shackles, the 4.5 inch, so they're a little longer than factory. Let me go back to the rear. I didn't point this out. These are ORD flip kit, shackle reversal, whatever you want to call it. For regular 52 inch springs, you put them in the regular the location, and they go in a forward location. If you look at this, how it's offset to the rear, this is actually the driver's side shackle hanger, and you put it on the passenger side so it goes out, so it gets offset to the back, and then you run a longer shackle. These are 6 inch shackles. And these shackles are from DIY 4X, simply because I like these ones better. Let's go to some of the stuff on the outside. My rear tire carrier, had this one made locally. Preferred the swing down, that way I don't have to pick up the damn tire to put it on some lug nuts. I can just set the tire and the carrier down on the ground, put it on, and it's not terribly heavy to pick up since it's all pivoted. You're not lifting just dead weight. The rear bumper is from Blazing Off-Road. They're no longer in business, sorry. The side damage, that's Moab, aka or from, what was it called, the Body Snatcher, appropriately named. The tube doors are from DIY 4X, and then I went ahead and added some late model Chevy mirrors and had these pieces made up and a piece on here. They mount nice. They're super nice. I mean, talk about night and day difference, what you can see behind you. You know, safety first. You can see my cut on the fender. I only defanged the front and just radiused this a little bit. Front bumper is a clone to the Blazing Off-Road front bumper. It's not exactly the same, but it's pretty damn close. Running a Warn, what's this, VR 12,000. With a steel fairlead. Here's my high lift mount. Why did I put the high lift on the outside? Weight. Keep it out of the back so it's not, I don't have to hear it rattle. So now I get a little more weight over the front and I get it out of the outside. Trust me, it's not a must. If I had to do it again, I would cut out my rocker. I would have cut this out and put in a piece of 2x6 or 2x4, probably 2x6, and then run it into the frame. It just gives you that little bit more, that advantage of that much higher ground clearance. So as you'll see here in a second, I do take full advantage of having rock sliders while the scratches and dents and such. Actually, this side's not that bad. Passenger side's worse. But as you can see, it's tied into the roll cage. It goes up into the roll cage. I haven't yet gotten the front half of the roll cage figured out yet. That'll be to come. I'll point out the pinion guard, DIY 4X also. Here is a DIY 4X dash. I'm sure some of you have noticed it in the videos. But with autometer gauges. It's a little speaker box I made, and then I put some Herculiner on it just to kind of protect it some. The glove box is small, but it works. You don't need much room for a glove box. At least you don't need to put much in there. Stereo. The hole is where my AC stuff used to be, but that's no longer connected. I will be pulling out my box sooner or later because I don't need it, not using it. I'll probably put in a small Summit Racing heater just for the cold mornings or cold trails, snow trails and whatnot. But as far as AC, I don't have doors. What do I need AC for? So sooner or later that hole will be occupied by a CB radio, hopefully. Trying to get that done, although I don't really wheel with very many people. Here's a factory bench. I don't know if you can know how well this is coming through. But factory bench, I've got my racing harnesses kind of pulled over the side right now because I was climbing back there. It's got the lower harnesses, and it all goes down into the bed. It's not bolted to the frame. You don't bolt harnesses to the frame, because if the body and the frame get separated, you are in between the harness. Roll cage again goes down to plates, and the plates sandwich the body, and then it goes down to the frame. Here's my front bar. It goes to the underside of the bench. Here's speakers again. Just made them to kind of tuck inside. Covered them with some Herculiner. There's not much back here, but I've also got my toolboxes bolted down back there. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'm running a pickup truck tailgate because I no longer need the glass. That's another weight savings. Good lord, the factory one's heavy. No wonder it has assist springs. There's a mid-90s steering wheel, tilt column. Again, there's my 241, my shift linkage. Back to the linkage that I had to modify underneath. I had to put in a small plate to kind of lift up the linkage. So this one goes across, and then there's a plate to lift up the linkage, and then it goes to the transfer case. Well, I had to lift up because the transfer case went like this, and now I cocked it up. So bringing it up is a good thing. I've seen some guys actually lift the box about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and I thought that was a great idea also. That you come in here, you undo the box, and you make a plate to lift the box up, and that also, it lifts the linkage up. So you're basically doing the same thing I did, except without cutting your linkage, cutting it in half, and then spacing it up. So it literally goes, it looks like a Z. It's like stock linkage, plate, stock linkage. Don't really know what else to go over. Rear tires are Toyo, open country mud terrains, 38 by 15.5 on an 18-inch rim. 18-inch rim is, I believe it's 11.5 inches wide. My fronts, which are invisible at the moment, are Mickey Thompson Baja Claws radial, same size. Why do I run different tires front and rear? Because I got them off of Craigslist like that for cheap, and beggars can't be choosers. But hey, it works.